watch Mr. Heavyweight Boxing today.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris, the Nightmare Ariel, and you're watching Mr. Boxing.
It's your boy Big Baby Miller here. Listen, we knocking on all bums. First it's gonna be Dylan White, if it's gonna be Joseph Parker, but you know who got the story right? Mr. Boxing Today. You check him out. He got all the latest news on the heavyweight division. And if you don't know me, you soon will, because I'm kicking everybody ass.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man, so I was just on Boxing Scene, and I seen an article they put up from a Sky Sports interview with Dave Allen. He was giving like his top 5 hit list of guys he would like to fight before year's end, all right? I will leave a link to that article in the comment section. You can click it, read it, come to your own surmise, all right? But Dave Allen went on to say in that article, again, gave a top 5 guys, and at number 3, he said Dylan Carman, all right? Dylan Carman is a Canadian fighter. He's about 6'5", has an 80-inch reach. Sometimes he'll come in shape, sometimes he won't be in shape, but he does make for entertaining fights. He has a fight coming up October 6th, though, against Simon Keane, who's about 15-0 right now. And I believe, or hopefully, the winner of that fight between Carman and Keane can fight Mladen Milas for the Canadian heavyweight title. Milas and Carman already had a fight, very entertaining fight. There was even a double knockdown in that fight. They both threw left hooks and dropped each other hard. You know what I mean? Carman actually had a fight of the year up there in Canada against Sylvester Luis. Believe that was the guy who he fought. But entertaining fight. They fought a couple times. It's on YouTube. So, like I said, Carman has a fight coming up with Keane, and it's not guaranteed that he wins that fight. He'll actually be the underdog going into that fight. It's going to be a good fight. So, I'm not sure if, a fight with Carman will come off before the end of the year. I guess we'll see. All right. I'll talk about Nick Webb last. David Price was number 4. He was the 4th guy he was talking about that he would like to fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. We know Price. I did see a date for him on BoxRec, and then he did not fight the day that the day they had him for. It was against TBA. There wasn't an opponent, but he didn't even fight that weekend. So I'm not sure what's up with David Price. But I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, man. It's funny because a lot of these guys who Dave Allen wants to fight, stylistically, I can see them all doing some of the same thing versus Allen as far as trying to put the jab on Dave Allen. We know Dave Allen likes to go to the high guard. Sometimes he'll drop his hands and try to make you miss. But he'll go high guard, walk forward. He'll take shots. The dude has a tough chin. He's a young guy. But he takes a lot of punishment in some of his fights as far as the way he can just sit there. And I mean, he'll try to move, like I said, sometimes go to the high guard, and he'll try to block and deflect punches. He'll roll and, try to catch and counter, but he wants to put up the high guard and come forward and throw overhands and hooks to the body, all right? Could I see him throwing an overhand and catching David Price and knocking him out? Yes, I can see that. But Price has shown, like he did in the Christian Hammer fight, even a Povetkin fight, he can hurt guys, man. He stunned Povetkin. He put down Christian Hammer, but he ended up losing the fight. I would love to see how a fight between Price and David Allen will look in the 8th round, the 7th round. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind that fight. Robert Helenius was number 1 on his list. The thing about Robert Helenius, though, is he just won over this past weekend. He had a rematch with Yuri. I don't even want to try to pronounce the guy's last name. There was a fan in the comment section. I guess he watched the fight live and he thought that Helenius looked bad in that fight. I didn't get to see footage of the rematch, but I did see the first fight against the Yuri guy, and it was a close fight. Helenius, obviously there was something wrong with his right arm or his right hand. Something was wrong with that right hand or arm or whatever, shoulder, because he was not throwing that right hand in that first fight against Yuri. He was going against the ropes. He was literally just using his jab in the first fight, like jab and jab and jab, and then when he couldn't jab no more, go against the ropes, put up the high guard. And the Yuri guy was getting close, throwing overhands, trying to chop him down. A lot of fans think that Helenius is on the downside of his career. You know what I mean? This is not the Helenius we've seen against Samuel Peter. I can, guarantee you that. All right. But if his right hand or arm or whatever is good, he does have a heavy right hand. And if he lands that on you, he can set you up, keep you at the end of his jab and set you up with that. It could be a good fight between him and Dave Allen. But shit, man, if he looks the way he looked against the Yuri guy, I can see Dave Allen possibly beating Helenius. But the thing with Helenius, like I said, he just won. And they're talking about Helenius versus Erkin Tepper for one of these European titles. All right. So what it's looking like so far is Helenius is going to fight Erkin Tepper. All right. And then number 2 on the list was Lucas Browne. Lucas Browne has a fight coming up September 28th against Julius Long. I believe it's September 28th. Against Julius Long. It's going to be a rematch. Browne has already stopped Julius Long, stopped him with a left hook a couple years ago. We know Lucas Browne just coming off a loss to Dillian White. You know what I mean? So Browne will come forward. Allen will come forward. I think it'd be an entertaining type of fight. You know what I mean? But and then last on the list at number 5 was a rematch with Nick Webb. Now he was losing the first the first 3 rounds of the fight, you know what I mean? And then he lands a damn overhand right out of nowhere and stopped and dropped Nick Webb. All right, now I've heard in the social media that Nick Webb said it was a lucky punch. Dave Allen even talked about it in the article. You know what I'm saying? So I can see how Nick Webb would think that, like, hey, man, I was controlling the fight. I was beating you up. I had you with the high guard, putting hands on you, and then you landed an overhand right. That was lucky. Me, I don't really believe in lucky punches. If you get hit with something, your ass goes down, whether you saw it coming or not. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Heavyweight division, man. Any punch can end a fight. I don't give a damn if the guy's eyes close. It doesn't matter. If he lands it and you drop and go to sleep, that is what it is, all right? So I wouldn't mind seeing the rematch. Now, BoxRec does have Dave Allen with an October 13th date, but it's against TBA. There's no opponent, so I'm not sure who he's going to try to get. And some other guys we can throw in there, man. I was thinking Martin Bakole Alunga. I think that'd be a good one. Joe Joyce, Nathan Gorman, and Daniel Dubois. I know Dubois has a fight coming up with Kevin Johnson. A lot of these guys got fights coming up, right? But I think those would also be some good names. Maybe even Linroy Thomas. You know what I mean? The rematch they had, it ended with the cut. Thomas has a victory over Dave Allen, and then that second fight, it was over after 1 round with a cut. You know what I mean? So wouldn't mind seeing a third fight between them. You know what I mean? So what do you guys think about this? Who do you want to see Dave Allen fight? Do you want to see him fight one of the 5 guys, or is it some of the other guys that I named? Maybe Linroy Thomas, Bakole Alunga, Joyce, Gorman, Dubois. Out of the 5 he picked and what it seems like what they have scheduled, I would like to see the Nick Webb rematch. That'll probably be my number 1. All right. But again, a fight with Helenius, Browne, Price, even Price probably be up there too. But any of these guys, man, I think will make for a good fight. I'm just not sure he can get one of these guys before years in. The guy it seems as if he can really get and that wants to fight him, and I think will fight him before years in, is Nick Webb. All right. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section about Dave Allen's hit list. I'm gone.